Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, friends, and welcome to our 6 p.m. Prayer for Peace program. It is always so good to share these moments of reflection with you, friends. Let's take this time to slow down, breathe deeply, and center our hearts together in gratitude. Friends, today's message comes from the book Happy Life by the loving spirit Joanna de Angelis, psychographed through the mediumship of Divaldo Franco. It is message number 53 of the book Happy Life that we have here, and it offers us a beautiful reminder on how the mind shapes our spiritual well-being. So, as always, friends, we are going to share our screen with you so we can read parts of this message together. Friends, if you like to read the entire message, please go to the book Happy Life and you will be able to find this message number 53. For today, we're only going to read together, friends, 3 highlights of the message, but they're so powerful, short, but very, very beautiful for us to read together, friends. So they say, lock your mind on positive, enlightening ideas of higher goals, from which well-being and the zest of life derive. What you persistently think about will materialize sooner or later. Focus on the good and bathe in the light of love. Friends, such a simple yet profound truths. This message reminds us that our thoughts are like living forces, seeds that shape our emotions, our health, and even the events in our lives, friends. When we nourish our minds with pessimism, worries, fears, we attract restlessness and disharmony. But when we choose thoughts of love, peace, and confidence, we invite serenity, healing, and joy to come into our lives, friends. And we would like to also mention the internationally renowned author Louise Hay, who beautifully teaches us that every thought we think is creating our future. We'll repeat that one more time, friends. Every thought we think is creating our future. She reminds us that the mind is like a garden, and what we plant, we will eventually harvest. So if we plant seeds of kindness, trust, and gratitude, life will respond with beauty and happiness to our lives. So, friends, in moments of doubt, let's together make the effort to gently redirect our inner dialogue. So instead of saying, I can't, we can say, I'm learning. Instead of saying, everything is going wrong and I'm concerned because things will not work, let's say, I am open to the good unfolding in perfect ways in our lives. Let's switch the lenses through how we see our lives. Forgive us, friends. So let's change the lens on how we see our lives. Instead of seeing them through worries and pessimism, let's see them, and that's what Joanna de Angelis is here inviting us today with Louise Hay to see through the lenses of joy and love. So as we prepare, friends, for our prayer of today, let's hold these affirmations in our hearts. Whenever things get a little difficult, and we all have those days, let's remind ourselves and say to ourselves, I choose loving, healing thoughts. My mind is a channel for peace. I release all negativity and open myself to the light of love. Because, friends, as Joanna de Angelis here telling us, focus on the good and bathe ourselves in the light of love, and things will eventually unfold themselves in the most beautiful ways that we could not even imagine. So let's trust in God, let's trust in Jesus, let's keep our thoughts positive, joyful, loving, and let's together, friends, commit to focusing on the good in ourselves, the good in ourselves, the good in others, and the good in the world around us, friends. So for now, may our minds be quiet down for a little bit as we pray, and may let's ask the guardian angels, the spirit mentors, God, to help us to strengthen our minds so it becomes an instrument of peace. Our words reflect kindness and understanding, and our hearts radiates the quiet certainty that all is well. So as we enter into prayer now, let's visualize, friends, and we will play some music. As always, we like to play some music. Let's visualize this light of positive thoughts, of trusting God, expanding from our hearts to our families, to our communities, to our friends, to the entire planet. May the power of loving thought bring healing where there is pain, hope where there is fear, and unity where there is division, friends. Let's bathe our thoughts and our minds in the light of love and carry the light with us into all that we do. So now, friends, we will pray together. Dear loving God, Master Jesus, Joanna de Angelis, Divaldo Franco, Luis Rey, we thank you for this message that comes to bring light and love to our hearts and to our days. We pray that whenever we feel down, whenever we feel worried or concerned, we won't let those thoughts take over our minds and our days. We will make the choice to think positively and to remind ourselves that with you, God, all is well and that we are always supported, that we are always enveloped in your light, that you see beautiful potential in all of us. May we becomes instrument, may our mind becomes an instrument of your light through our words, through our actions, through our choices daily. And may we be able to help others to also feel your love always. Feeling the embrace of our mentors, our guardian angels, our Master Jesus, and of your loving light, dear God. We breathe in and out with much gratitude in our hearts, and we ask the permission to finalize these moments of prayer together. Thank you, and so be it. Friends, as always, it's so good to spend this time with you, to read these healing messages from the book Happy Life that we have right here. You are able to find the paper copy on Amazon. You're able to find the ebook version of the book, of the Happy Life book, in the Books app. If you have a Apple iPhone, you are able to find that version on the Books app. And if you like to purchase the physical copy of the book, you can find it on Amazon. Friends, we thank you once again for this moment that we get to spend together. We hope this message brought us joy, love, strength to go throughout today and throughout this whole week, holding the certainty that our minds can create our future, and that God is always, always guiding and protecting and enveloping each one of us so we can be instruments of His love in every little action, in every interaction. It doesn't need to be something massive or huge. It can be saying a good morning to someone that we pass through every day. It can be by holding the door to someone. It can be by giving the phone call to a family member to or a friend to listen to them and to just check on how they are doing. So let's stay together in this current of love and of thinking with optimism and joy. Thank you again, dear friends. We're so grateful that you joined us today, and we look forward to being here together on Kardec Radio, where we are always, always nourishing ourselves. Thank you, friends, and see you next time.